So who here can tell me about what a database is? Anybody know? Any of you ever used a database before?
Nope.
I guarantee you every one of you have used a database, probably just don't know it. Have any of you ever rented anything through Netflix?
Yep.
Nope. Yeah.
Well, if you rented something through Netflix and you did a search for your movie, you were using a database, because that's a database to find the movie. They give you a description. Database is just where you collect the information together into a big file that you can track and locate information easily. So the database programs out there are varied and many, but the one that we're going to use in here is Microsoft Access, because we're pretty much tied with Microsoft. So everybody, if you go to the internet and you go to imdb.com, mbd.com.
Oh, that's a movie site, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Internet Movie Database. And when you're there, you can search pretty much any movie there is, TV shows, whatever, and you'll find that they have all sorts of information. And it's a way for you to research things quickly. They give you an idea of some of the functionality of a database, searches, reports. You can find search by actor, by show title, by director.
Search. Will.
Is everybody finding an Internet Movie Database all right?
That's a good movie right there. Independent.
What's the site called?
IMBD.com.
I'm going to search.
So if you guys are there, why don't you do a search for somebody that you know that you like in movies.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. And see how many movies pop up for him.
Actor 84 times.
Check.
There's your campaign. I didn't know. That movie's amazing.
He was in
You have? Yeah.
How many movies show up for Will Ferrell?
84.
84. Well, each of those movie entries would be a record.
It says 84 titles. Does that mean?
That would be, he's been in 84 different movies that they know, that they have listed.
Some of them aren't out yet. Like this one says 2014.
Yeah, pre-production, post-production, filming. What's the site called? Movies.
IMDb.com.
Oh, I thought that was really good. 1,000.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over making your own database. So everybody go ahead and close down the internet and go to Microsoft Access. We're going to go over basic access, the very beginning basics. You have a smartboard adapter, Mrs. Taylor? Okay, everybody needs to have Microsoft Access open, and you should have a screen like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, you can finish your words. Okay, so we're just going to go over the basics of creating a database, creating a table, making fields for your table. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to note over here on the side where it says file name. That's where you're going to make your database. And we're going to create a database. We're going to call it Practice 1. You'll note the little folder by it. When you click on that folder, you'll go to your H drive, to your Access folder, because that's where you're going to save it. Once you have it saved, you're going to go ahead and click Create. So does everybody have it saved and then created, and now you have a screen like this which is showing a table. Okay, so you use databases to track things, people, places, work. So what would you think would be the first field you'd want in your table? You're going to go over to where it says click to add.
Wait, what are we making?
We're making a table for students in this class.
Last name.
Last name. So you're gonna add. You're gonna click where it says text, make it a text field. And you'll see that you get where it says field 1 and it's highlighted. You can type last name there, and that will be the name of this field. Okay, you've created a last name field. What other field would you want
Click to add.
That's it.
other than last name?
First name?
First name. So you'll go over to where it says click to add. You'll add another text field, and you'll make that first name. So, Ken, who's got another field that you think would be good information here?
Gender.
Okay, we'll do objectives.
Objective.
That would also be a text field. Okay, after you got your objective field, let's make another field. How about contact information? Let's do phone number. That would also be a text field.
I don't even know my phone number by heart. Pretty bad.
We're not entering any information yet, we are just creating fields. So now everybody should have a table 1 that says last name, first name, objective, and phone number. Okay, so now if you go over to the right-hand side of your screen, you see the X where the arrow is. If you click that, you'll close the table, and when you do, it says, do you want to change, save changes? You'll say yes. And then it's going to ask you for a table name. Let's name this students. And then I also want you to put students underscore your full name, because that's how we'll identify that you're the one who created this table. So now you should have a table that says students with your name. Does everybody got that? Does anybody not have that?
I have a blank thing.
You should have a, over here. They should just give it back. You have the table. And it's blank. That's right. Okay. So you come back over here where it says students and the unit table name. This box over here is called your navigation pane. If you hit this little arrow, shutter bar open to close, it'll close and you'll just see a little bar there saying navigation pane. If you see navigation pane in your directions, they're referring to this box. So you can open it up, you can have your navigation pane, you can control what it shows. Everybody should just have all access objects selected for that. You're going to want to show everything. Okay, now I want you to go to the Create tab. Everybody see the Create tab at the top? And I want to create another table. So you're going to hit Create Table, and a new Table 1 will appear. Okay, and in this table, I want you to click and create a text field. And I want you to put last name there. Then we're going to create another field after that. It'll be a text field. And I want you to put daily work. Everybody got daily work. We're going to add another text field. And that will be quizzes. And then finally we're going to add one more, and we'll make that test. So anybody have an idea what we're going to name this table when we close it?
School.
Grades. So if you come over here and you hit the X, it's going to say, do you want to save? And you're going to go yes, and you're going to call this grades, and then you're also going to have your name added on to the end of it. Okay, so the next thing we want to look at is if you open up the students table and you go to your Fields Table Tools tab. I want to show you, you can delete fields that you've created, and you can also redefine fields as different types of data. They don't all have to be text fields. If you go over to where it says click to add and click, you can see you can add number fields, currency fields, date fields, yes, no fields. You should be aware that you could add all these different types of fields. So I clicked on a yes, no field, and I would, we'll make this passing or failing. Let's say pass, fail for the title name. So if the student was passing, you would click a check there, showing that they were passing, and if they were failing, you wouldn't. And then later on, we'll go over how to create reports and data searches so we can find out which students are failing quickly and which aren't. So those are the main things I wanted to go over this morning on about databases. So I want you all to now close your table again. I want you to go to File, and I want you to save database as, and you'll save it again in your H drive. And yes, you want to replace the already existing file. Also, when you start it up, you should always enable content. You can go ahead and close access now. Finish doing your words to know. And I'll put an assignment on the board for you to do as well. And on the assignment, you're going to be printing out the things. That's why you have to make sure that you include your name on the table that you create, because you're just going to be creating out the blank tables. Okay? So go back and finish your words to know.